Hello everyone, thank you for joining me to explore the intelligence of body. First, I will to share about how our different body parts from toe to head that are connected to our life aspects. So let's first to talk about our feet. So our feet is it's the root of our body. It's like the tree, the root of the tree. That how we can rooting ourselves down into the soil, rooting down to the earth, that we bring in this nourishment from the earth that to nourish our body. And just like a tree, when it's rooting strongly, then the tree can grow taller, can grow higher. Same as us. When we are grounded and rooted, that our body and also our life can prosper from our roots. And I would like to share with you, there's a feet center in the feet that's connected to our earth, and of course our whole feet is connecting to the earth. And at the same time, that when our feet is connected, that we feel grounded and present. But for in the modern time, we use a lot with our mind. So our mind is disconnected from our body, so we lose the ground. And sometimes we feel confused and feel lost, or even feel anxious. That might be because we lost the connection of our root. So the first thing that we need to bring ourselves back is to our feet, to our root. And then going upwards, it's our legs. And our leg is supporting us to working through all aspects of life. And it also represents the actions. And if you feel that you lack of actions, that might because some energy is stuck in your legs that you cannot move forward. Sometimes you might feel, I want to moving forward, but I feel like I'm holding myself back. I was thinking a lot and I was doubting myself. That also will result in that your feet is feeling heavy or not moving forward. And then with our knees. I was losing my words. With our knees, remember, the knees is joining together of our legs. So it's a joint between our legs. At the same time, it represents the support. If you don't feel support from the roots, and also from our ancestor, from our family, our ancestor is our root. And at the same time, our earth is our common roots. So if we lost connection with any part of that you may feel weak with your legs and with your ankle, may have pains on your knees. And going upwards, let's reach into our pelvis. And on the pelvis part, it's very essential to contain our energy and to contain our life force. And remember, our pelvis is connecting with our feet, and our feet connecting to the ground. And our life force is coming from the earth. And from our common mother is our Mother Earth. But a lot of people in the modern world, we've got our mother. So we deploy the earth and we manipulate the earth. Then what's drained and what would die in the last is our human being. We are not hurting anyone else but ourselves. So when we coming back to our roots, at the same time, our action need to be taking care of our mother and to be aware of our environment and to be conscious of doing good and for the earth. That's one aspect that for us as a human being to live as one with the earth. And the other aspect, coming back to our body, that it's our pelvis that contains the energy. You see, like a cup. The cup, when cup contains water, the cup contains water. If it's leaking forward, and the water is leaking. If it's leaking backwards, holding too much backwards, it's also getting water leaking out. So we need to hold the cup still and upwards. So the pelvis, it's like holding our life force energy, that we need to keep our energy contained. If you being aware of that, if you were leaking too much forward, that your energy might be leaking out, especially when we going through life, that we unconsciously that who lean too much forward during our relationship, then we devote too much, that we will lose our energy during the relationship. And if we holding back too much, then we also lost the connection with the world and with the relationship. So starting from our body, bring our pelvis upward and straight, then we can contain our energy and being present and being centered. Then from our pelvis, and also when we come into woman, and we have very precious temple. It's called our womb. Our womb is the place that breeding babies. At the same time, it's a life force that breeding the creativity. So with our womb, that we need to be conscious of protecting and nurturing our womb. That's our woman's roots, and that's also where life force originates, and also where our next generation that's coming to us, that to honor and protect our womb, that will be keep our life going and keep our life to be striving. And then when we're moving upwards to our belly, it's a digestion. There contains a digestion system. When we digest our food, that our body can absorb all the nutrients. At the same time, that it also represents when we interact with people, interact with the world, and there will be some information and emotion that comes up. How do we digest them? If we can digest them well, then it can be absorbed well in our life. If we cannot digest them or get the emotion stuck, there will become like some fats or bellies that accumulate in the belly. So remember, the fat in your belly is not only the physical fat, but there's also emotions blocks that being stored over there. That if we take a conscious awareness to be aware, okay, how am I allowing my emotion flowing? And if we from that space, that your fat may go soon very fast. And from our belly and to our stomach. In our stomach, it's also where the food enter into our stomach, where we digest. And there's also about the boundary, that when we interact with the world, that if we're taking everything that people represent to us, then our stomach will go very vomited. And so we need to be conscious of what do I really need? What do I really need at this moment? And then respond to the center. At the same time, when we respond to our center, it also represents that we are in control, we are in our power, we are be able to express ourselves authentically. And so this also represents not only represents a boundary, but also represents our inner power. When we are in our inner power, that we're able to stand up and to show up to the world. And so from here to, if you have some stomach issues, and be aware if you are back in your power, or if you are holding your boundary, expressing your boundary clearly and authentically. And then also we have kidneys in our back. Our kidneys represents the fears that we may holding on to our life. So it's very hidden in our lower back. So if there are some fears, especially about the fears of survival, the fears about money, the fears about other people's opinions, there may be a lot of fears that you might have hold on to your kidney that prevents you to moving forward, really to stepping into the life you want, really stepping into the life you want to create. And so for that part, when we go into part body exploration, we will share more, and also we will do some meditation practice to transmute the fears into positive, in something can supporting us to moving forward. And when we come to our kidney, there's also connecting with our lower back. So remember that our lower back, it's like something that's supporting our body. That is connecting to our upper body and also connecting to our lower body. And it feels like if you see in the image, the lower back can be like two palms supporting in your back. If there's a lack of support in your life, you might feel like, okay, I need to tighten down and bring to do everything alone by myself. Then your lower back can be very tight, and you can try very hard, and then you might experience or suffer backache. And for you, your back is tight or sore. So please remember, bring conscious awareness into that. And my lack of support in my life, what support do I need? What support do I need to bring into my life and to myself? Then from our lower back, then going upwards to our back. So our back, it's the back, it's also about support, and it's connecting with the ancestors. Remember that our back, that it's like a trees that growing upwards, that's supporting our life. And when we lost the connection with the ancestors, our back might be easily going down and feeling weaned or feeling unsupported. So when this happens, be bringing conscious back into ourself and consciously connecting back to our ancestors to forgive what need to forgive, and to let go what need to let go from the family, and to connecting back from your heart, and to also recognize their difficulty throughout their life, and then to honor their resilience to went through all the difficulties that make life possible for you today. Because the most precious that you are here. As long as you are here, we are here, that all the life is possible. So let's bring this gratitude back into our heart. To honor our ancestors is also to be grateful and to bring gratitude into our life and towards our own life, to being alive here. Then when we come to our heart, and as you have all know, our heart is about love, and the unconditional love that can be from our heart. And what's most important is connecting our heart to the source of life. And you can call it the universe, and you can call it a God. In all, it's the source of life that creates life. When this source of life breathing through us, that our body is alive with life. But without this breath of spirit and with our life source, then our body is just a physical machine. So connecting back our heart to the source back to the source of life. And how could that happen? You might wonder. So that happens with working together with our mind. Our mind is like a frequency adapter, that we can adapt our mind to super low frequency, or we can adapt our mind to low frequency. So we can adjust our mind back to our heart to work with us and to bring us back to the source of life, and feel the source of life is all surrounding you. It's just like a fish swimming in the water, swimming in the ocean. They don't know there's the water around them, but it's the water that's supporting they're able to be free in the water. Same as us, the source of life allowing us, supporting us to be free and swimming across this life. And there will be other cases that you might have experienced heartbroken, betrayal, or rejection, that you will close your heart and prevent yourself to be hurt again. For that part, there will be protection that going layers by layers around your heart, and for that part we will also explore further into how we could embrace our protection and to connecting back the innocence and the pure love in our heart. And from our heart, it's connecting to our throat. See, remember, our throat is connecting to our heart. So what does the throat for? The throat is to express the love from our heart. How can we express authentically when we're connecting back in our heart? What do I really feel? What do I really want? And what do I hear? That when we're connecting from that space, from the heart space, our words is touching. And it's not only the words, but it's the heart behind the words that can touch and reach to people. And from our throat, and we can also see our ears, because our ears and the throat, one is expression, one is hearing and listening. But without listening, we wouldn't know how to express. We need to open our inner ears to listen inward. How do I really feel? What do I really want? And what do I want to express? What support do I need? And we listen inwards. At the same time, we express authentically through our throat. Also, when we communicate, interact in the relationship, we need to listen. And we listen, what does she or he really express? Is it just on the words, or just the story, or is there something deeper? Is it the feeling that he or she was expressing? And what the needs that they express? What's the intention they express? If we can connect and listen to the intention they wanting to express, then we immediately get the heart connected, and the communication will be just like a pew. And then looking at our face. So our face is directly facing with others. When we meeting someone or when we interacting with someone, the first thing is that I'm looking at the other person's face, and they are looking at me. So this can be related to how other people think of me, and it can be when you care too much or think too much how other people would think of me. There you may be very conscious of how am I look, and how am I acting. So, but this can prevent you from stepping into what you really are, and crossing these blockages of thinking too much how other people think, but really stepping into who you really are and be from that space. Then your smile can be brighter and no more constrained. Same as the others. If we can allow others, allow our friends and community be who they really are, and we can create a space for openness and for authenticity and for realness. And then coming to our head, to our brain. Our brain is in control all aspects of our life being function well on this earth. So our brain is functioning on these 3 dimensions that it makes sure us to sleep well, live well, earn money well, have a safe shelter, and have a good friends that we can connect to. So our brain, when our brain is a good assistant, and we don't need to say I shouldn't think, but we can say to honor our brain that, oh, it's supporting me to function well on this earth, and it's supporting me living well on this earth. But in the end, the real owner, the real master is here. It's on your heart. She should be on the driver's seat, and our brain can be on the side to give our strategies and give our advice. So, okay, I hear you. I will take it to the mind. And then in this way, our heart and mind can work together. Our heart be the vision leader for us, and our mind to be the action and strategy supporter behind us, to really make it realize and to make it function and make it manifest in this reality, in this 3D dimension. And then from our brain, then we also have our head, and our head is our crown that connecting to the spirit and to the source of our life. And when you feel like this too heavy on your brain, then you might have resisting too much in your life. Because when we resist a lot in our life, the heaviness of like, and then you are just having the fight within yourself, but not really open to life with yourself. So when this happens, just be aware that how can I be more open to life and to see what life will happen to me. And that's the overall introduction about our whole body. And for the following episode, I will take you hand by hand and to explore into different parts of body. Thank you for joining me.